Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am back with another build in my state series. If you're unaware, I am slowly going through all 50 states in the US and building homes loosely based on those states, where I kind of go through Zillow listings and find things that I think are interesting, unique, I see quite a bit of, maybe a little bit quirky, and I also look up some facts about those states and I build a house based on my findings and talk you through some of the fun facts that I found out. So today we are tackling the state of Utah. If you're unaware, I also have this new graphic that shows you all of the states we've tackled so far, where they're located, and there's a list on the side as well, so you can see what we have already done, and there's a playlist linked down below as well. But anyway, we are working on Utah today, which is the 45th state that was named a state in the US. It became a state in 1896, and it is a landlocked state bordered by Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, and Arizona, as well as Nevada. It is known for its natural diversity because it has everything from deserts and sand dunes to pine forests, in mountain valleys. Like, there's so much there, and honestly, when I think of Utah, I think of basically the world of Strangerville here in The Sims 4, but as you can see, I'm not building there right now. I'm building in Newcrest. And the reason for that is I like to go through and see what suggestions I have for what states and what areas everyone would like to see. And there were quite a few of you requesting Utah, and specifically Salt Lake City. And when I was looking at a lot of homes in that area, they looked more like a little suburban area like this. And there were some really fun, quirky things I found that I'm excited to show you on the interior of this home. I really like how it came out. But let me know for, I think, the only other state that's in this area we haven't tackled yet, which is Nevada. Do you think I should do that one in Strangerville? Let me know. And of course, what other state you would like to see next. I do have that graphic that I posted at the beginning of this video that shows you everything we've done so far. With that, as I'm still working on the shape here, I'm going to get back into some more Utah facts. Utah is most likely named after the Native American tribe Ute, which means the people of the mountains, but there is some discussion on a couple of different possibilities on why it was named that, but that was one of the more common ones I found, so I decided to take note of that. Also, people from Utah are known as Utahns. Apparently, sometimes people say Utah and some people say Utahans. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. And over half of the population of Utah are Mormons, most of which are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which has its headquarters in Salt Lake City, which makes so much sense. And also, Utah has been one of the fastest growing states since 2000, with a huge boom in population over the last decade. With that, you can see I'm figuring out a floor plan here. This ends up being a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and there's a little garage space as well that I put as a skill building area. The kitchen's really cozy. There's a basement where one of the bedrooms is. I just think this ended up being such a fun house, and it does have some really fun colored carpeting, including in the bathrooms. I apologize in advance. This was something that I was inspired to do based on a lot of listings I found. Also, the tile color choices in the kitchen, very inspired by Zillow. I saw this kitchen that had the red tiles on the floor and the navy blue on the backsplash, and I needed to recreate it in The Sims. I don't know if you understand the need I had, but I'm very happy I did that in the end. It came out to be a very interesting build, and I like getting inspiration from real life things. So that was a lot of fun. So on to some more Utah facts as I start placing down some furniture in this carpeted bathroom. One of the coolest things you can see in Utah if you're visiting, or one of the top spots people visit, is there are some famous red rocks that are, I think, 200 million years old, and they kind of look like a staircase called the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. I don't know if I pronounced that correct or not. And there's also a rock formation called the Wave that's on the border of Arizona, which is striped layers of hardened sand that kind of look like waves in the rock, which Sounds really cool. I've never seen any of these things, so I think it would be awesome to visit sometime. I've never been to that part of the country other than as a baby, because as a baby I lived in Arizona, but you don't remember anything at 6 months old. So, those things all sound and look so beautiful from pictures. So I think it'd be a really cool place to visit. Let me know if any of you live in Utah, have visited this area, have seen any of these beautiful things, the rock formations. I'd be very curious to know. One thing that did surprise me, though, is apparently Utah's license plate claims that the state has the greatest snow on Earth because the snow falls light and dry on the mountains and is good for skiing. The snow density in Utah's Cottonwood Canyons is 8.5%, which is considered the perfect body for a perfect ski powder day. And when I think of Utah, I did not think of even wintertime. I know that's probably because I'm on the opposite side of the country, and so I'm just like, I'm sure it's just warm over there all the time, and I think of, the mountains and the beautiful rock formations. I'm not thinking about snow, so I thought that was really fascinating. Also, Utah has the highest literacy rate in all of the United States, which I thought was kind of cool. And the last few things I have are mostly silly ones, so I will save those for the end. Well, actually, I have one that's not silly, so I'll do that one first, and then I'll move the order around so that we can end on all the fun, silly ones. So Utah is the second driest state in the U.S. after Nevada, and on average, there's about 300 sunny days a year. That's a lot of sunny days. I don't know what that's like. I live in New England. It's not sunny here all the time. Anyway, the outside of this build is coming together, and I'm actually going to start furnishing now because I went back and forth over a couple of days trying to figure out how I wanted the outside to look and figuring out the colors and all of that. So inside now, this is the tiny living room off to the side of the entrance. I am using a base game couch in this orangish color, and we end up getting a little TV stand, and I end up getting a blue chair as well, which I should be grabbing here shortly. I think the color scheme in here is really cute and cozy. I was going for things that were a little bit dated, but mostly cozy family home, because I did decorate this to be for 1 or 2 parents, 2 children, and a teenager, so I wanted it to just look cozy. And because of a lot of the reference pictures I was seeing did have a little bit outdated of fixtures, and that's what I was going for in this home, I tried to make the furniture sort of match that as well. So there's a mixture of different furniture styles as well as new versus old and all of that. I also got to use this new plant that we just got in an SDX drop recently. I think it's so pretty. I really enjoyed that. And then just getting a place to hang up your coat by the door, as well as a mirror to check yourself, and a fire alarm, and a thermostat as well. But back into the kitchen now with these striking tiles that I'm very, very proud of. We're just adding some more clutter in here. I have a pot on the stove. I had read some sort of fact, I can't remember what it is right now, about Dutch ovens. So I just wanted to add a big pot that I imagine could be a Dutch oven, because something I read reminded me of that. And then just some clutter on the counter with some cutting boards. And that's pretty much it for the kitchen, other than getting a trash can. And I believe I hang up some aprons on the wall in here as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Perfect. Now we're moving into the carpeted bathroom. I know everyone is going to love this. It's going to be your favorite part of the build. Nobody is going to comment about the fact that it's carpeted whatsoever. But I saw a lot of reference pictures. I saw a lot of listings that had carpeted bathrooms, and this whole series, my state series, started with a build with a carpeted bathroom. Shout out to Wyoming. So we're bringing it back. I think this is the 10th build in the series, maybe. So it's been a little while, and I'm excited to have a carpeted bathroom. It's not something I would ever choose for a home that I like. It's not something I would ever want in real life. But it's a little bit fun to have something so gross in The Sims. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's outdated, and I made sure to use the dirty swatch of the carpet because I imagine it's going to get so gross so quick with all of the water around there. It sounds like a nightmare. Anyway, this is the kids' room. I decided to have bunk beds in here to utilize the space a little bit better. I also used this rug from Outdoor Retreat because I really wanted to have some nods to the beautiful wildlife and nature and mountains and trees and stuff in Utah. So not only do I have that, but a little bit later you'll see that I add a big billboard outside, like just past the backyard. That is a billboard like advertising Granite Falls. So it's like, come to the national parks and see all these pretty things or what have you. And the reason I actually added that is because I was kind of showing off what I had done so far to my Twitch mods on Discord the other day, and one of them was like, oh, when I think of Utah, I think of all the billboards I passed that are very like classic Utah and have all kinds of like Utah puns on them. And I was like, huh, I'm going to use this information that I would have never thought of before, and I'm going to put a billboard behind this house. So I thought that was kind of fun. Let me know if that's an experience you also have. I've never been to the area, but I thought it was a fun one. So you'll see that in a little while. But this is the primary bedroom with this beautiful dark brown carpet that is also in the bedroom next door. I end up moving that to the basement bedroom a little bit later as well, but it takes a while, and it's very brown and green in here. Just beautiful dated colors, and I just really enjoy it. There's something about this kind of build in The Sims that just brings me so much joy. So that is what that's looking like. I think it might be time for a couple of silly Utah facts, though. So in Salt Lake City, it is illegal to walk down the street carrying a paper bag if that bag contains a violin. So beware. If you buy a violin in Salt Lake City, make sure it's not in a paper bag. Just saying. I don't think that's something they enforce at all, but I thought it was really funny. And then also Salt Lake City is home to the nation's leading manufacturer of rubber chickens. So maybe you could carry that one in a brown paper bag and scare people because they have no idea why that sound just happened. As long as it's not a violin. Now I'm thinking about playing instruments with a rubber chicken. Oh, goodness. Anyway. Our final one, which isn't as fun as those two, but is still kind of fun. Utah has the highest consumption of Jell-O in the United States. It is actually the state snack of Utah, Jell-O. I like Jell-O. Not enough to like have it as a favorite snack, but it's pretty okay. I'm not mad at that. I think that's an interesting one. Do you like Jell-O? What's your favorite kind of Jell-O? Anyway, this is the basement. I have a woodworking table down here as well as a space for laundry. And then there is a room that leads into, or a doorway that leads into the last bedroom, which is going to be a teen bedroom. And I also decided to add another bathroom down here because I only had one in the house and we're in the basement. So I have room for another bathroom. So I decided to do that in the end. I ended up having a teenager down here that's really into music. I thought about having them be more into art. So that's why I have an easel in here at first. And then I was thinking they were trying to cover up the ugly carpet with a rug that they found. And yeah, just a little bit of dated furniture. We have a nice green bedspread. I get a pink wall in here. I think the colors in here are really fun. And like a funky little lamp and some plants. And there's their guitar. I just thought it would be fun to have this room like this. And the thought of having like a teenager's bedroom in the basement sounds so cool to me. I feel like that was a lot of teens' dream, is either in the basement, the garage, above the garage, like in the separated shed out back. Like you just wanted to be far away and have your own space. So I thought this made a lot of sense. So yeah, just finishing up the decorations down here, getting a stereo. We have a little desk space for them to do their homework or do whatever they'd like, maybe some journaling. And then we're heading to the backyard to finish up the decorations and the landscaping. We have a line out here to hang up your clothes if you decide to use that instead of the dryer in the house, and getting some more trees and bushes and stuff, and just trying to make it look a little bit more lively. I believe I also add a swing set out back, which I think looks really cool, and a couple of planters as well. But generally speaking, this is a pretty small backyard, so I didn't put a lot. I also really like the weird shape I did for this backyard, so I think it's pretty cute and cozy. In the end, we're just going to have a little pathway here leading from the driveway to the back door and the laundry line, and having some stepping stones there as well. But that's pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Also, let me know what state you would like to see next. If you have little tidbits of like what area, let me know that as well. And I will see you all next time. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye, everyone.